In today's video, we are going to build a complete HR analytics dashboard in Power BI from scratch. By the end of this tutorial, you will learn how to clean and transform HR data using Power Query, create powerful DAX measures, design professional KPI cards, build interactive charts and visuals, add slicers and filters for dynamic analysis. This project is perfect for data analyst beginners, Power BI learners, and portfolio projects. So let's get started. Dataset introduction. First, let's quickly understand our dataset. This HR dataset contains employee-level information. In total, the dataset includes 1,481 rows and 37 columns of structured employee data. Some of the important columns include Employee ID, a unique identifier for each employee; Age and age group, used to analyze workforce demographics; Department and job role, helps understand the organizational workforce structure; Monthly income and salary slab, used to analyze salary distribution; Attrition, indicates whether an employee has left the company or is still working; Job satisfaction, helps measure employee engagement levels; Total experience and years at company, used to analyze employee career progression. Import data into Power BI. Now let's import the dataset into Power BI. First, open Power BI Desktop. Open blank report. Click on Get Data and choose Excel or CSV depending on your dataset format. Select your HR dataset file and click OK. Once the data loads successfully, you will see your table inside the Fields panel. Before building visuals, we first need to clean and prepare the data using the Power Query editor. Click on Transform Data to open the Power Query editor. Inside Power Query, we will perform a few data preparation steps. First, check for unnecessary columns with null values and remove them if they are not required. Go to the View tab, click the column Quality. Here, Power BI shows KP is like valid, error, empty. If there are null values, they will appear here. In this column, you can see around 4% empty values. To remove them, or sort the column so blank values appear at the top. Then count the rows, for example up to row 61. Go to Home. Remove rows, remove top rows, and enter 61. Now all blank rows are removed. Next, we check duplicate values. If we right-click on a column and select Remove Duplicates, it will remove duplicates only based on that column. For example, Employee ID. But this may be wrong because an employee might appear in multiple years of data. So instead, we select all columns, then choose Remove Duplicates. Before that, we can confirm duplicates by using Group By and counting rows. In the Filter drop-down, choose Number Filters, then select Does Not Equal. Enter the value 1 and click OK. Now you can see that 16 values are repeating, which means duplicate records exist in the dataset. We have successfully identified them. Next, remove the filter and return to the full dataset. Select the first column, then press and hold Shift and go to the last column to select all columns in the table. After selecting all columns, right-click and choose Remove Duplicates. After removing duplicates, the dataset becomes clean and contains only unique records. Next, we will fix spelling inconsistencies using Find and Replace. For example, in the Business Travel column, we have two similar values: travel_rarely and travel rarely. Even though they represent the same category, the underscore creates inconsistency in the data. To standardize this, right-click and select Replace Values. In the Value to Find field, enter travel_rarely. In the Replace with field, type travel rarely without the underscore. Then click OK. Now check the column again, and you will see that the spelling inconsistency has been fixed and the values are properly standardized. Next issue, sometimes Power BI detects wrong data types. For example, the age column might be detected as text, even though it should be a number. Incorrect data types can cause calculation errors later when building measures and visuals. To fix this, select all columns in the table. Then go to the Transform tab and click Detect Data Type. Power BI will automatically scan the dataset and correct the data types wherever necessary. This ensures the dataset is properly formatted and ready for further analysis. Finally, always remember to click Close and Apply to save all the transformations made in Power Query. Once you click Close and Apply, Power BI will apply all the cleaning steps and load the prepared data into the report view. Now our data cleaning process is complete. The dataset is ready for analysis. Next, we will start building the report and designing the dashboard visuals. Let's start with the top header section of the dashboard. First, insert a text box. Go to the Properties panel and set the size and position for the header section. Next, go to Effects. Set the header section background color. Choose a color that matches your dashboard theme and keep the transparency at 0% for a clean and professional look. Now, set the text size to 36. Change the font color to white. Make it bold. And type HR Analytics Dashboard. And enable the visual border. Set rounded corners to 12 pixels and choose an appropriate border color. Also enable shadow and adjust the shadow color to give a more professional look. Now insert the dashboard logo and align it properly within the header section. For the dashboard background, set a color and keep the transparency at 0%. Now, let's start building the KPI cards step by step. In the Visualizations panel, add a scorecard visual. Drag the Employee ID field into the Values section and set the aggregation to count. Now let's format this visual. In the Properties panel, adjust the size and position so it fits properly in the layout. Enable the title and rename it Total Employees. Set the font size to 20, make it bold, and align it to the center. Under Effects, enable the background color. Turn on the visual border. Set the border color and apply rounded corners of 12 pixels. Also enable shadow to give a card-style design. In the callout section, turn off the label. Set the value font size to 25, make it bold, and align it to the right. Turn off the inner border. That's it. Our first KPI card is ready. Now we need to create the other KPI cards in the same way. Simply copy and paste the first KPI card multiple times, then align them properly and adjust the size and position manually so the layout looks clean and balanced. For the second KPI card, change the field to Employee Count. And apply a filter on Attrition equals No. This will show the active employees. Rename the title to Active Employees and adjust the size if needed for better visibility. Next, we will create the Attrition Count KPI. For this, we need to create a new column. Go to the Dataset section and click Transform Data to open Power Query. Go to Add Column, Conditional Column, Enter the column name Attrition Count. Set the condition as Attrition. Value, enter yes. Output, 1, or else 0. Then go to Home, click OK. Now click Close and Apply to load the changes. After the column is added, drag attrition count into the KPI card. If you see that sum is not available, it means the column data type is set to text. To fix this, go to the Data view and change the data type to whole number. Now return to the Report view and you can set the aggregation to sum. Rename the title as Attrition Count. Next, create the attrition rate percent KPI card. Rename the title to Attrition Rate Percent. Click New Measure and enter the following DAX formula. We create a DAX measure called Attrition Rate Percent using the divide function. This formula calculates the attrition rate by dividing the total attrition count by the total number of employees. The last value 0 is used as an alternate result, which means if the denominator becomes 0, Power BI will return 0 instead of an error. This gives us the percentage of employees who have left the company. Drag this measure into the KPI card and format it as percentage with 1 decimal place. Next KPI card is Average Age. Rename the title as Average Age. Drag the age field into the visual and set the aggregation to average. For the 6th KPI card, rename the title Average Experience. Drag the years at company field and set it to average. Now all the KPI cards are completed. As the final step for this section, we will make the KPIs more visually attractive. Insert icons or images from your folder and place them on each KPI card. Choose icons that match the meaning of each KPI. Then align all icons neatly so they look consistent across the dashboard. Since this step is repetitive, we will speed up this process to save time. Now our KPI section is beautifully designed, giving a clear overview of key workforce insights at a glance. Next, we will go deeper into the analysis using chart visuals. Now, let's create the first chart. Attrition by department. Insert a donut chart from the Visualizations panel. Drag the department field into the legend and drag attrition count into the Values section. Next, go to the Properties panel and adjust the size and position of the chart so it fits properly in the dashboard layout. And rename the title as Attrition by Department. Make the title bold for better visibility. In the Effects section, turn on the visual border. Set the rounded corners to 12 pixels. Choose a border color based on your dashboard theme and enable shadow effects to give it a card-style appearance. Next, go to the Legend settings. Make the legend text bold, set the text color to black, and turn off the legend title. Now go to Data Labels. Turn them on and set the value font size to 10, make it bold, and change the color to black. Set value decimal places to 0 and percentage decimal places to 0. That's it. Our first chart is successfully created. This chart shows the overall attrition by department, meaning employees who have left the company. It helps us easily track which departments have the highest attrition. For example, we can see that the administration department has the highest attrition at around 36%. Now let's create the second chart. Attrition by salary slab. Insert a clustered bar chart. Drag salary slab into the Y-axis and drag employee ID into the X-axis, setting it to count. Next, go to the Properties panel and adjust the height, width, and position of the chart. Rename the title as Attrition by Salary Slab. Now set the position of the chart properly using the Properties panel so it fits neatly within the dashboard layout. To keep the dashboard design consistent, use the Format Painter tool. Click the first chart, then click Format Painter, and apply the same formatting to this second chart. Now, we need to add one more field. Drag attrition into the chart so we can compare attrition yes versus no. Next, go to the axis formatting. Sometimes the axis values are not clearly visible, so in the Y-axis settings, make the text bold and set the color to black for better contrast. Also, make the axis title bold for better readability. Move the legend to the bottom center. Turn off the X-axis title and values, since they are not necessary here. Turn on data labels to make the numbers easier to read. That's it. Our second chart is completed. This chart provides very important HR insights. Here we can clearly see salary slab distribution and attrition levels. For example, in the 6 to 10 LPA salary slab, we can see around 399 employees with no attrition and 73 employees who left the company. This chart helps HR understand how attrition is distributed across different salary slabs and identify which salary groups have more employees leaving the company. Now let's create the third chart, attrition by job role and satisfaction. Insert a matrix visual. Drag job role into the rows section. Drag attrition count into the values section. Then drag job satisfaction into the columns section. Next, go to the Properties panel and adjust the size and position of the chart so it fits neatly in the dashboard. To keep the design consistent, copy the formatting from the previous charts using the Format Painter. Now let's do some simple formatting. Rename the title as Attrition by Job Role and Satisfaction. In the Visual section, go to Cell Elements and enable background colors for conditional formatting. This will highlight values from highest to lowest, making it easier to identify patterns. Next, format the column headers. Make them bold and set the text color to black. Also, format the row headers for better visibility. To keep the table clean and compact, slightly reduce the text size to 9. That's it. This matrix chart is also completed. This matrix chart provides deeper insights into employee attrition across different job roles and satisfaction levels. It helps HR teams understand which job roles have higher attrition and how employee satisfaction is related to employees leaving the company. Now let's create the next chart. Insert a stacked column chart. Drag age group into the X-axis and employee count into the Y-axis. To save time and keep the dashboard design consistent, apply the previous chart formatting using the Format Painter. Next, go to the Format Visual section, then open the Properties panel and adjust the size and position of the chart so it fits neatly into the dashboard layout. Now, rename the title as Age Group Distribution. That's it. The age distribution chart is completed. This chart helps us track how many employees belong to each age group, which gives a clear view of the overall workforce demographic structure. This insight is especially useful for understanding workforce balance and planning age-based HR strategies more effectively. Now let's create the next chart. This time, insert a pie chart. drag gender into the legend and attrition count into the values section. Then go to the Format Visual section, and in the General Properties, adjust the size and position for proper alignment. Apply the same formatting style used in the previous charts. In the Legend settings, turn off the gender title, since showing only male and female is enough for clarity. Now, rename the title as Attrition by Gender. That's it. This chart is completed. This chart helps us understand attrition distribution between male and female employees, making it easier to compare which group has a higher number of employees leaving the company. Next, insert an area chart. Drag total experience into the x-axis and drag attrition count into the secondary y-axis. Now rename the title as Attrition Trend by Experience. Go to the Properties panel and set the size and position properly. Then remove the secondary axis values, since they are not needed for this visual. That's it. This chart is ready. This chart helps us analyze how attrition changes across different experience levels, which is useful for identifying whether employees are leaving more at early, mid, or higher experience stages. Now let's create the next chart using a funnel chart. Drag department into the category field and drag employee ID into the values field with the aggregation set to count. Apply the same formatting style using the Format Painter. Now let's make a few additional improvements. Rename the title as Department-Wise Employee Count. In the visual formatting, turn off conversion rate labels for a cleaner view. Then go to Category Labels, change the text color to black, make it bold, and set the font size to 9. That's it. The funnel chart is also completed. This chart gives a quick overview of employee distribution across departments, helping us understand which departments have the highest and lowest workforce strength. Now the dashboard is almost complete. You can already see how useful this HR analytics dashboard is for turning raw employee data into meaningful business insights. If you're finding this tutorial helpful, please support the channel by liking the video, sharing it with your colleagues, and leaving a comment below. Your support helps us create more free tutorials like this. Now let's move to the final step, which is creating the slicers. From the Visualizations panel, insert a slicer and drag the department field into it. In the slicer settings, change the style to tile for a better selection experience. Then set the size and position properly so it covers the available space with neat alignment. Next, go to the Effects section, turn on the visual border, choose a border color, and set the rounded corners to 12 pixels. Also enable shadow. Increase the header title size and make it bold. Then go to the Values section, set the background color to blue, change the font color to white, make it bold, and increase the font size. That's it. The first slicer is completed. Now we need to create one more slicer for age group. Simply copy and paste the first slicer. Then remove the department field and replace it with age group. In the Properties panel, adjust the size and position again. In the Slicer Header section, change the title text color to white. Then go to the Effects section, turn off the background, and also turn off the visual border if needed for a cleaner design. That's it. Our dashboard is now completed. We have successfully created a real-time HR analytics dashboard that provides clear insights through data visualization and interactive filtering. At a single glance, We can see the overall KPI performance, analyze workforce trends through different charts, and use slicers to dynamically filter the data based on department and age group. This makes the dashboard highly interactive, insightful, and useful for better HR decision-making.